Hi friends, we have earlier reported that the US and Iran are going to meet in Islamabad for the peace talks that would ultimately end the war between them. But unfortunately, the talks between them has collapsed. So we will see what happens next and what were the reasons for that collapse. The talks held between the US and Iran in Islamabad, which was aimed at bringing the Middle East war to an end, has collapsed. It was the first direct talks between the two countries since the 1979 Iranian Revolution. Till date, the two nations have talked, but their talks were held indirectly through intermediaries and back channel. Both the countries are culturally different as well as they distrust each other. The US side, led by Vice President J.D. Vance, had put forward certain conditions to Iran, which included a commitment not to build nuclear weapons. Iran rejected them outright. Iran, on its part, attributed the failure in talks to excessive US demands. But all hopes are not lost, as reports from both the countries point towards a continuation of negotiations despite the failure in Islamabad talks. Pragmatically speaking, if nuclear issue is standing in the way of a broader peace and ending the conflict, then such nuclear talks must be conducted as a separate one from the current peace talks. How both sides can create a conducive atmosphere for a continuation of talks. US may ask Israel to stop bombing Lebanon not because of Iran's pressure but because of increasing civilian casualty amidst the attack against the Hezbollah which the Israel is aiming. Iran, on its part, may stop blocking Hormuz Strait and let the ships pass through the international waters peacefully, which is also defined by the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Seas. By charging transit fees and by blocking the Hormuz Strait, Iran is violating the international laws. But it is countering this argument by stating that the unilateral decision of US bombings in Iran is also violating international laws, a tit for tat move. In addition to all of this, after the talks in Islamabad failed, President Trump has now announced to blockade the Strait of Hormuz. That is, no ships will be allowed to go or to come from the Iranian ports, basically blocking their oil shipments. Amidst all this, the confusion still continues. The financial markets worldwide, which were bleeding since the war started, has seen a gradual climb up when the ceasefire was announced. Now that the talks failed, it will again cause turmoil. The ceasefire was announced for just 2 weeks, and the time is soon running out. Neither Iran nor US has indicated what will happen after this 2 weeks deadline. Will the ceasefire be extended or will the war be resuming? In summary, the global hopes that this war may end soon are now fading. The two sides must keep talking rather than resorting for tit for tat escalation. Thank you.